Hello there, hombres. My name's L.A.zy, and I welcome you all back to Hate Plus. Good news, I have passed the cake section. Don't ask me how I did that, it doesn't matter. As you can hear by the music, it kinda celebrates the fact that we ate cake with Hyuna. One more thing. Oh, she already has something to tell us. So there's one thing before we get started. I realized that, you know how there were a lot of files that just look like junk data? Well, I think they're actually just encrypted with the same key that Newton's last note was. As far as I can tell, it's a whole block of log files about Oh Yuna. Anyway, I'm nervous to read them, but I just thought you should know. Okay then, we have more materials to read then. We can extract the Google files. Show all. Can't exactly tell if all of them are new or not. Read the files, please. Reviews, here and there. Show all the files. Unread. Are they unlocked? Conspirator, but no, it doesn't look like it. Education Act. New council. Into index. So it looks like we'll need to extract a couple of files. Wait, how do you extract them again? Okay, that's block 1, block M2. M3. Alright. Disable active AI for a while. Extract new messages. Personal photos. Text data. Bitmap data. More text data. More bitmaps. Okay, commit to extraction. Co-conspirator, respectful of family, burned evidence, burned feelings. Without him, queen consort. Okay. Welcome back. Okay, let's see what we got. Yikes. Dear Mom, I don't have anyone to talk to right now. Normally I just confide in Yuna, but she is what I need to talk about. Our maid Miss Huang told me something I do that help is to write a letter, but then never send it. And she said maybe that'll help. I sure hope so. Well, who better to address it to than you? Since I couldn't send it to you even if I wanted to, I don't think you ever would have had advice, but I don't know. I'll give it a shot anyway. Oh, Yuna, she was the president of Gunghwa University, was having an affair with Councilor Ryo. I don't know about her, she seems, well... Miss Huang. Oh, Yuna and Miss Sun had their own maid. It's just that lately she's been so absorbed by this Chief Councilor Ryo stuff. It's all Ryo all the time. I know it sounds like I'm jealous, but it's not that at all. I mean, I'd never be jealous of her. That'd just be being ungrateful. She doesn't owe me anything, I know. I'd never ask that. Oh, I know him. That's Emperor Taejo, the first emperor of the new dynasty. He was born Ryo Hyun-soo. In the past, he was president and chief counselor, and was having an affair with Oh Yuna. His brother Ri Kwang-soo was involved in bribing counselors. That sounds pretty dirty. It's just obsessive. She doesn't even realize it. Lately, all she talks about is her plans to change the Gunghwa with Ryo. She's really serious about it. So Ryo will overthrow the state this, and we'll establish a new dynasty together with that. And I mean, She's big sister you are. If anyone can do that, it's her. I just worry, what if there isn't room for me in her future? You know that whole motherhood credit thing? No, of course you don't. You're dead. Well, it's a new tax thing where basically they pay you for being a mom. You probably like that. Anyway, she was telling me that pretty much she was responsible for introducing that as a bit of law. I mean, she's not on council or anything. It came from someone else. But it was her idea. At first I thought it sounded great, and I was really proud of her for managing to make that happen. Then she started talking about it, how the whole idea was to make more people get married. And okay, fine, I guess that sounds kind of romantic, right? But then she keeps going on, like she wants everyone to get married and have kids right away. She's saying that it's a normal imperative for girls to marry a man and have kids, or else the ship will die off forever. That's awful. Believe me, I know. I asked her, what about people who don't want to? What if you don't want to be with some man? Sorry, Mom. I guess that's an explanation for another time. Not that it really matters or anything. The point is, I never want to be with anyone but big sister Yuna. Everyone should, she said. There's nothing more important than reproduction. I don't agree with that. And I said that. I asked her what about love and having a happy life. Like, you know, having an important job like she does. Finding love on your own means way more than hurrying up into marriage, right? You think that, I'm sure. Then she sighed and seemed annoyed and told me something like, that sort of hedonistic and ultra-individualistic thinking is what has caused so much social ruin in the first place. I'm having trouble remembering her exact words. People worry about their selfish desires instead of worrying about their duties for the future. And we agree that ensuring a functional future is more important. That's sort of the thing about her. It's impossible to disagree with her. I mean, she's really smart, way more than I am. There's a reason why she's university president and I'm just some girl. She always has a really elaborate reason for everything, and I'm sure she's always right. I just don't really understand a lot of what she says. I wish I was as smart as her so I could. I guess so, I said. Personally, I'll be happy when I'm out of a job and only have to worry about devoting myself to a husband. It will mean that we establish a social order that privileges stability, and that things for the future will be fine, she said. And that really upset me. I don't like thinking about her getting married. What about love, though? I don't want to devote myself to a husband. I just don't want to be with the person. I just want to be with the person I love the most. Don't you? What about other girls like me? I asked her really anxiously. I don't get it, but I'm sure that's wrong. Then she said something like, but the ultimate telos of love is reproduction. No, I didn't really understand either. So I asked her what she meant, and she said, it means that the most important expression of love is having children. Anything else is socially dysfunctional. There's lesser forms of love, of course, but being with a man is the most important. It has to be. I think love is more important, too. You think we have a lesser form of love, big sister? I asked her. I was crying a little. Sorry, Mom, even as a grown adult, I'm still a crybaby. She sighed and hugged me, and, well, it didn't make me feel better. And she said, I'm sorry, little sister. I still love you very much. I never said it didn't matter to me. You'll always be close to me. That's why we're sisters, right? I only meant there's things more important. It didn't mean to dismiss your feelings. Well, you did, I said, and then I stormed off to sleep on the couch instead. I couldn't. I've never been good with fights with her, especially since, well, you know, she's smarter than me and uses words like telos, and is going to take over the ship. I'm not stupid enough to think that I can argue with her ideas. She's obviously really is always right. I mean, that's why she's big sister. It's just, she's really cruel, I think. And she says things like, I didn't mean to dismiss your feelings, but then she says something that does dismiss them anyway. She's the most important thing to me. I don't know. It's fine if she doesn't feel the same way about me, but I wish she'd at least acknowledge that. Okay, you know what? Forget it. The maid was wrong. This isn't helping at all. It's just making me even more upset to think about it. This is stupid. I'm gonna stop now. Aww. Can we take a break for a minute? There's something I want to confess to you. If this is what your job is normally like, I think it's really great. I'm not being a burden on you, am I? Don't mind me having a sidekick. It's a little trying. I like it. It doesn't matter. Aw, me too. It's really great. I just really like being able to do something together with you. It's just been so long since I've had a friend to be with. And hey, Mr. Investigator, I think you're really cool. Traveling through space, solving mysteries. I can't wait till we get back to Earth, doing footwork, interrogating people, being out there in the world. I never would have dreamed when I was stuck in the quarters of an aimless ship that to end up like this. So that's why I want to continue to be your sidekick. And I keep reading about all these people from just 300 years before when I was alive. It reminds me a lot of my original time. It also makes me feel like I'm completely unprepared to get by in society like that. That's just a difference of 300 years. So I think I could learn a lot from being an investigator like you, from being your sidekick. Just tell me more about the job you're going to be doing when you get back to Earth. That'll make someone happy. It's a paycheck. It's an excuse to go back to Earth. Oh, that's so wonderful of you. So you're more than just my hero then. Sorry, I know that's an embarrassing thing to say. I just think that's really nice. It's also much more exciting than being a housewife. A little bit romantic too. Anyway, I guess I should probably stop distracting you from doing that job now. Let's figure out the whole story about what happened to Boy in the year 0. Let's continue to work hard together. Okay. We're at dispatch control. Wait for a moment. Show the unread ones. Co-conspirator. Okay, what about the co-conspirator? Dear sister Miss Yoon. Oh, Miss Yoon was Oh-ina's little sister. The relationship seems kind of unusual. Dear little sister Miss Yoon. Sorry about not coming home until late last night. I didn't realize you were already asleep by the time I got into bed. I'm sorry for disturbing you. I'm afraid it's going to be another late night as the reception yesterday evening went much later than expected. And now I have to catch up on all the work I was going to do. It's the same old irrational nonsense from the Department of History I was telling you about from before. We're going to have to fire the department head, and there's so much paperwork involved. I even have to run through my father counselor over, annoying me. No photo. Oh, used to be the counselor of education until he got replaced by a family member. The reception went wonderfully, though. Much better than I expected. You know how I feel about social events like those usually. I find them usually pointless, and my obligatory attendance to be a waste of everyone's time. Wait, what? This isn't what I was expecting from her. Politics are truly loathsome, and I really despise how overbearing they've become lately. So I was at the reception desperately trying to avoid being dragged into some tedious nonsense by my father. And instead focusing on chatting up a bookish gentleman who seemed to share my disdain for the whole thing. I laughed at his unfunny jokes, nodded along a lot to let him think he was encouraging me to drink a little bit more than I'd like. You know, the usual. At first I just thought it was a good chance no offense, finally get laid by a man for once, but then I found out who he was, and I think there's a lot more opportunity here. I was actually surprised to find out that he is Rai Hyun-soo, the counselor of captaincy. I didn't mention it sooner because everyone's got opinions. I was worried that you'd be the type of needlessly bitch about politics even at a party, he said, very agreeably. You can't escape those people these days. I'm glad you're not one of them. Me? Oh no, I think people get distracted by them too easily instead of focusing on the things that really matter. I said, summarizing my thesis about myopic social destruction caused by the increasing discourse of democratization in a single line. She, sure uses a lot of big words, I don't get it. And what is it that matters to you? He tentatively tried to put his arm around my shoulder, and I shifted to let him while I thought about what to say in order not to intimidate him too much. The future, I finally decided on. Everyone's always about the now these days. They certainly are. Always with the power mongering, always with the politicking. All everyone cares about is now scoring small points so they can take a step up. Nobody cares about stability. He told me what I already knew. Stability. That reminds me, actually. Spoiler warning, the future sucked. Stability. That reminds me, actually. I've been trying to push more of the classics into the curriculum, you know? Confucius and stuff. I wish things were more like they were in those days, where knowing your place was the most important thing, you know? Well, I have to say, there's not a lot of women who would say something like that, he told me. It's unfortunately true. But that's really what I think is important. Like you said, stability. I worry about the future. I wish more people would. Yeah, right, if only. We can't tell anyone this, but I'm going to be announced as the new chief counselor soon. He says if there was anyone still left on the ship who had the rumor beaten over their head already. But all the council cares about is pandering to the crisis of the week rather than caring about anything long term. I hate being put into this position. This is kind of boring. It's something I've been considering ever since he told me who he was, but I think there's a real opportunity to use him. I mean, not in a cynical, power-hungry, political sort of way, but I believe his discomfort at the current state of things could be leveraged to cause major societal reform on a level that I can't do alone. I think we could change the moving world for the better. It would be radical, but he gives me optimism. Maybe this is a dumb question, I said leadingly. If you're going to be the head of state, why can't you just change things? Easier said than done. He said, I mean, I like to. I would love to see the endless political horror show of ours for good. And for good. I truly love to. The ship deserves a lot better. There's only so much one man can do, though. What about one man, one woman? Is there anything I can do to help? I asked. There is, of course. Even on the spot, I could think of many things two conspiring parties in the education system and in the legislature could do to enact a radical overhaul of society. Slowly, of course. It wouldn't take many years at the least, but combined we have massive potential to shape the discourse and create circumstances that make it clear what must happen to the Mugunghwa to ensure its future. What I need to know is if he was really a man who had determination to do that. I don't care about his ideas, those aren't what's important. What's important is that he is man enough to want to instead of just whining about it. I was worried he might not be. Wait, she's saying... Maybe it's just liquor speaking, I said soberly, but you seem like you're the kind of man who takes what he deserves. What do I deserve? He asked, staring at me intensely. I stopped worrying at the moment. It was obvious where it would end. He was good. Just knowing that he played the game with me after that conversation, I think it's a good sign. Well, you tell me, I said bashfully. And he leaned in closer and stole a kiss from me. I quickly looked away, putting my hand over my face, pretending to blush. You're right, she said, removing my hand. And I am that kind of man. I believe it. At that point, slowly started moving away, making sure I looked bashful enough that he'd hesitate a little before letting me go. So, I should probably get going. It's getting kind of late, I said. What's she even doing? This is so gross. He looked disappointed. It was perfect. When I first spoke to him, I thought I'd simply get laid, but if we are to have a lasting relationship, and I think that is my best interest because I think we have the potential to do so much more together. And I obviously can't just give up that right away. I want to apologize again. You can see why I was in the mood when I got home. Maybe if you want, though, we could talk again about how I could help, I offered, hoping he'd name a date. He did. We're going to meet again to conspire after he's officially been declared chief counselor. But I'm feeling good. The night before last, I wasn't feeling optimistic about our chances of salvaging the awful hedonistic society we've constructed for ourselves. But given that I think with the chief counselor on my side, we can actually turn things around. I think it's only fair that I have to trade in my own bit of hedonism for that. Thanks for being so understanding and patient with me, little sister. As a result, I'm feeling more confident about the new school policies, and I'm not afraid to deal harshly with the Department of History dragging its heels. We're rational idiots. It might be way too much paperwork, but I'm still going to be glad to see heads roll. I'm looking forward to seeing more of that in the future. Mostly, I'm really happy to actually have cause to be optimistic about the future at all. Anyway, that's why I'm going to be home late. Could you please have our maid send dinner down to the office? I'll try to be careful this time when I go to bed so that I won't wake you up. I promise. Thanks, I really appreciate it. With love, big sister Yuna. Oh boy, conspirations are resurfacing. Respect of the family. To Pyeong Mi-soon. Ah, that's her again. Ah shit, that's not what I wanted. I've tried appealing directly to Oh Hyuna, but I've been rudely ignored. I'm hoping as her consort will be at least able to see reason. Consort? And I thought her name was Oh. I'm sure you already know, but I lost my position as Counselor of Education because of the absurd meritocracy exam. Do you have any idea how much of a humiliation that is for our family? Not even the Counselor of Education, the one who's supposed to be responsible for the exam himself, could get top marks. We could have even lost our noble status. Did she even think of that? This does sound like a bad situation. It's one thing to show disrespect for family and not care about the loss of face, but what the hell is even the point of having Oa as the university president if she's not going to do anything about safeguard our family status? She promised me that voting for a meritocracy wouldn't have any impact because she could influence the exams, yet here we are. I need to convince her to make this right. As for the road she's going down right now, what if next time it's not even a distant O that gets chosen as counselor of education? She could lose her job, and that would be disastrous for both of you. I'm sure there's some sort of irregularity in the exam results if she can't be convinced to put this right. I implore you, you have to find evidence that the exam results were mishandled for your own sake. Do you really want the woman you're counting on to be so reckless about her family? Do you really think you'll be able to keep up your comfortable lifestyle if our family continues to slide? I'm counting on you to do the right thing. Oh Jung-woo, former counselor of education. Dear Mr. O, you got my name wrong. I'm sure she did what she thought was right and honest, and I don't think telling someone to go behind her sister's back is very respectful of family. Sorry, O miss you. Okay, and I think the last article for this episode. Burned evidence, burned feelings. Dear big sister, I miss you. Don't worry. I did get your letter and I did what you told me. I found those papers with the counselor candidates on them. It was kind of hard to find. Those Chinese characters that you wrote didn't really look the same as the handwriting. I set fire to them, just like you asked. Even with all the Chinese, I can't understand. I think I figured out what they were about, and I get why you didn't want those records in the computer. I was really shocked by how easily the paper burned, though. For all that, so expensive and forbidden and so fragile. Wait, writing on paper? I thought it was illegal. Anyway, I got all that done. So don't worry, big sister, but I really wish you were here to do it yourself just because, well, I miss you. I know, you've been spending time with Ryan lately because it's important to you. If you like him and like doing all this work, then I'm glad for you. I just wish you were here. When I got out of the candles and destroyed the evidence, it just made me think of when we used to have dinners together by candlelight, and how perfect things were then. Oh, that's really sad. I don't want to be demanding or anything. You do what's important and I'll help you out whenever I can. That's good enough for me. I'm thankful you're around at all. I just worry about you because you used to get really fired up all the time about sociology stuff. But now, well, you don't. And I'm off burning evidence that you rigged the counselor exams to pick people that Rai likes. So when do you care so much about politics? I guess you now wasn't always like that. What time of month does she mean by that one? Well, since there's no way I can send this letter to you anyway, I might as well keep going. I'm sorry about that fight we had last week. You were right, I really was just being hysterical, and the cramps weren't helping any. We lived together for how many years now? Feelings always run a little bit high when it's that time of month for both of us. I'm sorry for starting all those arguments. But there's no excuse for getting into pointless dumb fights with you. It was just a lot of feelings got scary yanked and the usual bitchiness. I really worry about you, and I don't mean to alienate you like that. Hey, do you remember when I got dressed up and showed up at your office to say hi at the start of last month, and you shooed me out because you were worried I might have a whatever the heck you said, or whatever influence on Ryan when he came to visit? That really hurt. I ended up locking myself in the bathroom to hide from the maid while I cried, and I just wanted to do something nice for you. And then when you got home, you got into bed super late again, you acted like nothing happened. I really wanted to say something. I still do. It's things like that make me feel insecure. Oh no. What am I to you? You used to be so protective of me and gentle, and you'd always tell me how you were feeling. What changed? Are you at least confiding in Ryan? No, of course not. I know, like you said, no man is going to find emotion and security attractive, and all that stuff about how it's lower your sexual value in his eyes, so I guess you're keeping it all pent in now and keeping it to yourself. I wish you wouldn't do that. You can still confide in me. I can still be here for you, big sister, if you just let me. She's lucky to have someone who worries about her so much. I'm okay with a little bit of crying, that's normal. I'm a little bit too sensitive at times, but I can deal with it. But I can't stand to see you get so distant. You need someone to talk to you. You can't just keep everything to yourself. That's not healthy. Please take better care of yourself. Don't just hide in this obsession of yours. Please, 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 please. I'm begging you, big sister. Just, I don't even know what. Be in my life, please. I guess there's no point in writing any longer. I can't really send any of this to you anyway. It'll just make things worse. Here's my real letter, then, I guess, and I'll copy it into a new file and send it to you and keep this one to myself. Dear big sister, I lit the candles just like you asked me to. Don't worry, it's all dealt with. Hope I see you soon. Love me soon. Oh. It does sound a bit sad, actually. Okay, 15 files left. Without him. What's this? Oh. I'll read on that later, actually. Questions index. Okay, as I said, that is going to be the last article to read. And with that, I'm going to end this video here. Oh, turns out there's some kind of sister-sister relationship going on. Oh, sorry about that. I just feel a little bit sleepy. Nice to be back on track with this series as well, especially since I couldn't get anything started in the last episode. I'm getting some personal stories, but hey, that's kind of like this game. You get into personal stories and get to read on struggles of everyday people. Oh boy, politicals, personal tragedies, whatever. This game throws everything at you. In text mostly, but you kind of get the idea when you read these in such a long-term time. So, without further ado, that's it for this video. Thank you all who watched, and hopefully, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!